Hi and welcome to another gaming video. And in today's video I've got 3 untested Nintendo DS consoles. So I bought these untested and you can see that, well, 2 of them look like they're Nintendo DSi's and one of them looks like a DS Lite. So let's put them aside and just see whether I've lucked out and whether they're any good. The listing show a picture of them and they look okay. Got to get into them somehow. Right, so let's take a look at the blue one first. None of them came with any chargers, but that's fine. I've got plenty of those. So this is the blue DSi. So it's got some scuffs and some corner chips. But overall it looks in pretty good condition. No stylus, no SD card. On the outside, yeah, looks pretty good. There's a few little scuffs on there, but this is a 15-odd-year-old console. So if we look on the inside, and that looks pretty decent. There's a bit of a scuff on the top there. I wonder if this has been opened. I'm not entirely sure. So let's see if it's got any life. Alright, it's got no life at all, but that could just be a dead battery. So we'll just grab a charger. And see if this will charge at all. Alright, so we've got a charge light, it's flashing. I can't remember whether my others flashed when they're charging or not. The charge port seems a little loose. Right, so we'll put that one aside, give it a bit of a charge in it, and we'll take a look at the other DSi. Right, so this is a white one. I've already got a white one, but this is a UK, European one. It's pretty grubby. You can see some marks on there, but nothing that wouldn't come off, I don't think. We've got some corner chips once again, missing stylus, but overall it looks in a pretty good condition. Once again, no SD card. Okay, let's look on the inside. So it looks alright, looks a bit grubby. There seems to be, I don't know what that is. Plus it looks, I don't know if there's a watermark or whether it's just dirt on the screen. Let's try and fire this one up. Okay, so nothing out of that one. And then you've got the third one, which is a pink, what looks like a DS Lite. Now this one isn't in the best of conditions. I knew that from the listing. So you've got, well, it's a pink one, and the pink ones always discolor, especially on the shoulder buttons. This shoulder button seems a little bit sticky. It looks also like there's some damage there, just on that hinge. The bottom screen is very heavily scratched. The hinge is very loose. Some missing plastics in the corner. So this one is in pretty poor condition. It's also, as you can see, extremely grubby around the edges. Missing stylus once again. Let's see if this one powers up. Well, that power button is extremely stiff. It really is hard to press, but no life out of that one. So it's not looking good. Oh look, we've got a missing piece of plastic along here as well. It really is pretty grubby. Volume slider's fine. We'll go back to the blue one and just see if charging it for a few minutes has given it any life. And it doesn't appear to, so It's not looking good. So we will try and charge the white one. Right, the white one does absolutely nothing. No, you can. No, so the charging port seems either completely broken or the battery is shot altogether, but there's no lights when you plug it in at all. And well, let's take a look at the DS Lite. I had to go and buy a new cable because I like USB cables for charging things. And this is a DS Lite apparently, charging USB cable. So let's plug that in and see if they've got any joy on the DS Lite. So with our charging light, that is always a good sign. Yeah, that hinge is extremely loose. A bit disappointed with that, but kind of knew that might be the case. Can't seem to see that power button is extremely tight, but that could just be the awful gunk that's in it. It really is. I have no idea what's happened to this, but you can see there around the buttons it's blue. Someone's coloured this in or dropped something down it. All up here is all got a blue tinge to it. The D button seems to operate okay, so do these buttons. But no life. The volume slider seems absolutely fine. But no life out of that at all. It could be that the batteries are so dead that they need charging for a bit. But it does look, at present, like I've got 3 dud consoles. A bit disappointed with this one because it is in nice shape and it did seem to charge. But yeah, again, that could just be a dead console. These were bought untested, so I really can't grumble at all. I may have to charge these up and just come back to... Oh, look at that. So this one just had a dead battery. Touchscreen works. It's been dead for that long that the battery was so dead that it's lost all its information. Let's turn the sound. Do we get any sound? Oh, there we go. I'm not going to bother setting that because this is probably going to be taken apart and given a clean. So the only thing we can test at present is whether it will play a game. So we can test the cart port out. So let's pop in, what have we got here? Sonic All-Stars Racing. So let's pop that in there. Seems to go in fine. And it's turned on. Hasn't picked up the cart. We look in there, the pins all looks fine. So it could... Maybe this console has just been sitting for quite some time. It doesn't look like it's been looked after very well. Oh, there we go. It has picked the cart up this time. So it's playing. You can see that bottom touchscreen is extremely scratched, especially here. speakers seem to work fine. Yeah, that button there, that right shoulder button, I think something has happened to the plastics there and it's pushing on that button, but nothing that a clean wouldn't sort out. So that all seems...
Just call me son.
I don't know, now the top screen has stopped working. Yeah, this one is very temperamental by the looks of it. Actually, I didn't notice that. I will have to check back and see if anything did come on that top screen. But it looks to me like... Oh yes. So that top screen is faulty. You can see some lines going across it. Didn't notice that earlier. So, no, that's not a working DS Lite. But this is puzzling me as to why I can't get any joy out of... Oh, wrong cable. Why I can't get any joy out of either of these DSIs. So this blue one here at least charges. I think that's the charging light. Just doesn't seem to want to power up at all. I think this one is more than likely just dead, similar to this one. I'm not sure what's up with this at all. It doesn't seem to function at all. All the buttons seem to work on it. They all seem functional. But there's no life out of that. So I may have to come back after these have been charged a little while. So I've tried to charge these consoles up and see if I could find out whether I could get them working or what is wrong with them, and it's a bit hit and miss. So this is the pink DS Lite. I did look back on the first half of this video and at no point did anything appear on the top screen. So it looks as if the console works apart from a broken hinge, and the top screen is gone, so that might need replacing, or maybe it's just a loose cable. It does light up, so it makes me think that there's something maybe not quite right in there, but other than that, that one seems to be absolutely fine. Very grubby, would need to be taken apart to clean anyway, so I might have a look at the screen connections while I'm in there. Failing that, that's going to be a complete strip down to replace the top screen. So that's a semi-working console. This one does actually charge. If we move over to the blue one, well, no, I'm not getting any life out of this at all, and I should have remembered that a flashing orange light does not mean it's charging in any way. It means it's something a bit more serious. Generally, if you've got a flashing orange light or a blinking flashing light on a DSi or a DSi XL, then there's some sort of board issue. So maybe one of the fuses has gone on the inside. I have tried a known good battery in there, and that made no difference. The battery that's in this actually works fine because I've tried that in another DSi. So a little bit disappointed because that one is a lovely console, but it's completely and utterly shot, I think. Short of changing the board, or I think you can change the fuse or bridge the fuse, then this DSi is absolutely nothing. No life whatsoever, not even a screen flicker. So that one is toast, but it's in good condition. And as far as I can tell, the screens look okay, so it may be useful to someone for parts. And then you've got this one. This is my white one that I bought, and in the video it would not charge whatsoever. In fact, it had no life at all. But putting a different battery in, a known good battery in, it works absolutely fine. However, you cannot charge it. So I'm assuming there that then there's something up with the charge port, because it does seem very loose in there when you put a charger in. I've tried 2 or 3 different charge cables and nothing, but it does run. So I've swapped the battery from one of my other DSIs, gave it a good charge, and then popped it in here, and it works fine. So I might try and persevere with this one, but whilst wiggling around the charger in the charge port, I did manage to get the orange light to come on for about 3 seconds and then go off. So it will charge. I'm wondering if maybe some of the pins in the charge port have broken or are damaged, or sometimes they get sort of just too squished together and they don't make proper contact with the console. So all is not lost. This does actually work, it just won't charge. So it charges, but it's not in the greatest of conditions, and the top screen is dead, but it does charge, it does read cartridges. This one I have no idea whether it reads cartridges or not, because I can get no life out of it at all. But my best one, I think, is this one. It reads cartridges, it's in pretty good condition. It's absolutely works absolutely fine, other than the fact that I can't charge it. So I need to go and have a look and see if I can get this charging port working. Do I really want to change the charge port? Not really. Not my strong point is soldering. But 3 consoles that I bought untested. Wasn't my finest purchase, wasn't my best hour. Like I say, this one's completely toast, but in good condition. This one's not in good condition and doesn't work fully either. And then you've got the white one, which I'm hoping I can salvage and get working, and then possibly give it to my son to use. So there you go, 3 untested consoles. Not my best attempt, not my best purchases. I buy a lot of untested consoles. I bought 2 white DS Lites about a year ago, I think, and they were untested and they worked absolutely fine. A lot of people just lose the chargers to them and then they just say they're untested, or because they've got no way of testing whether they do work or not. But there we go. Just me trying to salvage and try. I do like to restore consoles and give consoles a whole new life. So if they've got minor issues, I can fix them up and give them to people, use them. But there you go, that's the state of these 3. Link, like, subscribe, enjoy.